Go ahead.
So I didn't know marketings was a word, but that's super sick. I like doing anagrams, so when it was an anagram thing, I was like, all right, cool. Um, and then I finished that like really fast, like super fast. I think within like a minute. So I felt good. And then got another candy cane. And going into the nomination thing, Mackenzie winning was not. I knew that that was going to be not good for me. Like I was going to have to like actually start applying like real logic to what I was going to say, which when I came into the initial conversation, I was still like in like play mode, and then she was like, well, now I'm gonna do it because like I don't like how you're talking to me, and I was like, oh yeah, shit. So and then I applied like actual reason to it, because like I can completely understand her wanting to nominate me at this point. I have a lot and I'm doing pretty good in the game, and we're like getting down to like the last kind of like little group of people, so it would make sense to take out one of like the top, I guess, like the top people, or like the person that could make a choice when it comes to like picking the game for elimination, I think is like a better way to put that, because it's not like the candy canes, I realized, have like they give you power in terms of like that final choice, but unless like another mechanic's introduced, that seems like it's that's all it is. So having the safety net of getting to pick is good, but all of the like games are puzzles right now, and I will lose them. And so that was kind of my reasoning with Mackenzie is, look, you're going to basically give someone six candy canes if you put them up against me. So I don't know. I'm glad that that worked. But even after I left, I was like, I still think that she's going to pick me. I don't think I logicked her out of it. But now it'll be, I think 7. I think they have 4 and 3. It's 4 and 3 or 4 and 2. So it'll either be tied or I'll be down 1, which is again interesting because that's a lot of stuff in rotation. That means if I went up against a 7, that's like 13. That's 13 candy canes. That's like a box of candy canes.
Okay. So who do you want to see win or lose like this challenge?
I think I want Mist to win because I gave the disadvantage to Trinica. So now there's a reason to like target me for something if Trinica wins. So I think I would want Mist to win, but then I don't know. I don't know what happens after that. I think it would be crazy if at the end of the game it's just whoever has those candy canes wins. It's all been about candy canes.
So was there logic, or like what was the logic behind picking Trinica for the disadvantage?
Oh, so Trinica has been like hawking the book the entire time. Like every time we've been on the couch, I've seen her like reading it. And so when he said what kind of challenge it was like OW something, and there's a page in our book that has that, and then there's like a bunch of it's like word scramble, and then there's like a couple other things on the bottom of it. But then he asked a question in the beginning, and I think I kind of got an advantage from this. Like this, I genuinely did not know who to pick because it was like it made sense to do Miss because Miss has the most coins, but if I target Miss, and him and I are just gonna go back and forth, and so like that, at least me not picking him there, I can be like, look, I didn't pick you there. She's been looking at the book, and then when Santi said there's a quote in the book about Queen or about whatever, the 2 something, I was like, oh word, she's gonna be good at this. And she was good at it. I mean, she made it to final 2, so that was a good pick. And I just haven't made any decisions really against any of the other 3 yet. And I think that it might end up being like the 4 of us going into it. And so I think not doing that, like if it gets to 4 and I'm still in 4, then I'm immediately going to be nominated, regardless of like what it is.
Why?
Because I would probably, if I don't, so if I think I'll get nominated on this one and we're at 5. So if I was to win at 5, it would go to 4 and I would have the most. I think they would probably keep trying to do it because if I win on that one, it would be a game it would be something that's not a puzzle. That's the only thing that I'll win on. It's something that's not a puzzle. So
is there any kind of puzzles you are good at? None.
It's embarrassing how bad I am at them. And anagrams really good at like those kind of puzzles, like word puzzles.
Code breakers, anagrams.
Code breakers, I'm okay at.
Yeah.
Like that's if I take my time and do it for sure. And if I sit down for like half a day and do a jigsaw puzzle, I can do it. But like puzzles when I'm like under pressure.
As I wear a jigsaw puzzle necklace.
Yeah,
because I love jigsaw puzzles.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, yeah, I'm bad at those. But like word games and stuff, I like that kind of stuff. Like that's fun.
What's been your favorite comp so far?
Oh, the black white.
Mm.
Black white was sick.
Still?
I was like, yeah, that was like poker. That was awesome. Black white was awesome. I was excited for that one going into it. And then having it be like upstairs and it's all like dark.
Yeah.
And like there's just people sitting around. It's so cool.
Yep. Anything else you want to shout out, add?
No. Golden Throne.
So first react to it.
Okay, yeah, alright, so I did the thing I said that I should do. I gotta get over that part. Okay, so I put Trinica and Mist up for the elimination game. I don't know what they're choosing. It was a good Connor had a good argument. I don't want anyone having 6 plus the ones that they have. So if I were to put Connor in, then I would want to maybe put Taylor in so that one of them ends up having 6, but then they're both kind of my allies right now. So then I would lose an ally and it would just be 6 over here instead of over here potentially. So I really liked Trinica though, so I didn't want to put her up, but here we are. Out of the two of them, I do hope that she goes home. I think that she's a bigger threat to me, and I think I might be able to easier patch over my relationship with Mist, because I don't feel like I formed that much of a relationship with Trinica to begin with. I didn't really feel like I connected with her fully until like that last challenge, so the game's moving quickly, you know, there's not a lot of time.
But you won a challenge.
Yeah, I know. After I was like, I gotta win one. All right, this is when I start winning them. We gotta like pull out of this a little bit. It can't just be one. Ideally, it'd be really cool to go with Taylor to the end. That's all I got right now. I'm just riding the high of that last one.
It was a pretty fun win.
It was a fun one.
The OTEP competition.
I want to say it was. I immediately was like, that was my favorite one, but I didn't want people to be like, yeah, you won it. I liked it.
Yeah, you took your shoes off and everything running through.
I was in it every round. I was taking a piece of clothing off. Well, someone slammed into me and someone knocked my glasses off, and then I was like, oh, all right, we're serious. They said no contact, but they didn't mean it. So I tied the hair up, took everything off.
Any other thoughts you want to add in?
No, I got nothing.
Just ready to see what happens?
Yeah.
Ready to win some more?
Hopefully.
We're getting there.
Like what?
Talk about the word unscramble.
What was the word unscramble?
Yeah, did you block it out of your mind already?
Oh my god, that game is so embarrassing. Like, I'm supposed to be good at word games, and then I didn't understand the rules and made myself look like a dumbass. And I was not like trying to look like a dumbass intentionally. I was just that stupid. I did not realize that I had more than 10 letters that I could like work into a word. So I'd formed this like 8-letter word, and then I realized I still had 4 letters to fit into it, and I was like, I don't understand. Like, did I count wrong? Did I like do I not know the alphabet? But I don't know, like, whatever, it's fine, I lost again.
Connor won. Any thoughts about Connor winning that?
Honestly, Connor winning that is totally fine with me. Like, I would prefer, like, of Connor and Mackenzie, I trust Mackenzie a lot more. But if Connor was gonna win, I knew the disadvantage most likely wasn't coming to me, so it was whatever.
Yeah, and then he gave the disadvantage to Trinica. Any thoughts on that?
I thought that was an interesting move. I thought he was putting the disadvantage on Trinica rather than Mist to try and like salvage that relationship. But also I'm like, bro, like Mist is gonna shoot for you every time. Like, I don't know why you're even bothering pretending as though that's not gonna happen, but whatever.
So, speaking of the challenge, you tried very, very hard in it. I'm pretty sure you got some, what is that called? Grass?
I got some grass stains. Yeah, I gave that competition my all. Honestly, that was so much fun. I love physical stuff. I love to work out. I love to go running. So even though I looked like a jackass, it was just super fun to like try way too hard. And you know what? It was a humbling experience as this whole day has been. So I loved it. I had a great time.
I mean, you went out third, so you stayed in it for a little bit.
Yeah, I did. I did pretty good. Or I could have, I didn't do terrible. And I was so close to getting in that last chair. Like I was, it was like devastating to not get it.
The dirt coming kicking up behind you is great.
I can't wait to see it.
Okay, so Mackenzie won, and obviously you feel close to Mackenzie.
Yeah, Mackenzie winning to me was best case scenario because one, it makes me clearly the worst player. So I am the person that it makes the least sense to knock out. At least Mackenzie can win something, go for her over me. I also kind of trust Mackenzie the most. So I figured that she wouldn't put me up. I also figured there were 3 clear targets based on kind of an overview of the game and who had candy canes. And so I knew she was probably not going to put up Connor for obvious reasons. So her nominations, I just assumed they were going to be very good for me, and they were.
So yeah, you're happy with the 2, say the 2 names?
Yeah, I'm thrilled with the 2 names that have gone up. I mean, this is exactly what
Say
I wanted.
who they are.
Oh, I'm thrilled that Trinica and Mist are up. Like, they're so good and they need to go home. So I'm glad that one of them is gone. This is what I said the last time I think I talked to y'all was, I want Trinica or Mist out next, and I manifested it.
Out of the 2, who are you hoping leaves or stays?
I hope Mist goes home. Yeah, I think Trinica, look, Trinica and I have not had a lot of game talk, but like, obviously I'm gonna, root for my fellow, like, non-binary, like, friend. Like, they're the only other person in the game right now that I think uses they, them pronouns, so I would really love to see them continue to play this game. I also just think they have such, like, a natural charisma and, like a lovely personality, so it's like, I'm rooting for them, even though I'm kind of rooting against them.
All right. Anything else you want to add?
I am still hoping I get to throw a certain couple under the bus just because it would give me a narrative for this season. I apologize, Connor and Mackenzie, for saying this, but wouldn't it be fun if I got to spoil your little secret for once rather than be surprised by it? Just a thought.
The word scramble and how you felt on that. No, the word scramble. That was the other one. That was Codebreaker. This one was the word scramble where you had to figure out a 10-letter word.
Oh, that was. I was like, we already did that one. No, that one I tried to like block out of my mind because I'm not a good speller. So for me, I was just like, I'm gonna have fun with it because there was no way I was gonna win that one. So it was just, I'm like, let's see what these people come up with because I know I'm not.
What did you come up with?
I think I came up with like 2 7 or 8 letter words, like stinger.
Yeah, they were hard.
Yeah, there was another one that I came up with, but I literally those are like the only 2 words I wrote because I didn't want to sit here and like put 3-letter words. I was like, okay, at least try to come up with something close to 10.
All right, so Connor won that one, and he gave his disadvantage to Trinica in the OTEV competition. Tell me about how the OTEV, the card competition, went and your thought process through that.
That one, it was pretty cool. Unfortunately for me, I knew all the answers except for the first one. And the queen was one of the first ones I turned over, just thinking something would pop into my head. And so I ended up getting out first in that game. And I was like, I don't get it. But, it happens. And I knew the rest of them, and they all did fantastic. Poor Trinica had, 5-second delay. But she made it to the final round, so she made up for it.
All right, so Mackenzie won that. Any feelings on that?
I was happy for her because she's been so bummed that she doesn't have any candy canes in her stocking. So I was really excited that, she was able to come back and take the W for that one.
Any worries that she might have put you up?
No, I mean, for me, I know a lot of these people have played several times, and I'm just trying to be very lighthearted about it. I was a little concerned about people finding out that Santiago's sister-in-law, and so for me, I think that's been like the biggest thing is, are they going to vote me out because I'm his brother's wife, and I may know what's going on, but I promise you, I know zero.
So does anybody know about that?
Yeah, finally, I think you were in here doing, like at lunchtime you were doing stuff, and my husband stopped by just to say hi and like check out. He thought we were going to be playing for a little bit, but he happened to come during lunch. And so I told Junior, I was like, well, I said, your brother's on his way, so the cat's out of the bag, buddy.
So that was the man that I saw that looked like Santiago,
Yes.
but wasn't, and then it was gone, and I was very confused.
Yes, and this morning I texted him and I said, hey, if people ask, because I didn't know if they were going to ask, like, hey, how do you know him, or whatever. I said, I don't want to lie. He's like, you can say it or you don't have to say it, like, whatever. And I said, what if I just say I met him through his brother? I said, because that's the truth. And so he's like, there you go. So that's what we said. But it's funny because Carlos and Junior look so much alike.
Mm-hmm.
So much that if, Carlos is out, and it's happened at least 3 or 4 times to each of them. Well, they'll be out somewhere and they'll say like, hey, do you have a brother named Santiago? Yes. Or do you have a brother named Carlos?
I know. I mean, I seriously thought Santiago had changed clothes and was sitting down
That's
at the table.
funny.
But then I was like, his face is more round.
Yes.
And so I was like, that's not him, but I don't know who this is, and I gotta run this way. But, okay, so Miss and Trinica are doing I don't know which one they picked, but they're doing their Santa Showdown right now. Who are you hoping comes back, or it doesn't come back?
I mean, it's a toss-up. Both of them are strategically, I think that Miss is higher up there. Like, if I wanted to get rid of somebody, just because he's so good. Like, he's quick. And I don't know if that has to do with how many games he's played, or if he just naturally is that talented. So I think I would vote him, would prefer him. Ouch, I hate saying that word. If I had to pick one, I would say Mist. Just because he's been right up there with almost all of the games. But who knows?
How many candy canes do you have?
I think 3 or 4. I don't know. I don't have that many.
So are you trying to do any strategy in getting more, or just kind of staying where you are? Is there any strategy with your candy canes?
No, I mean, I am competitive, so I am trying to win them, but it's not going to be the end of the world if I don't. I feel too that kind of staying mid area doesn't shine a light on me. So, I mean, if you want to say that's strategic, sure, but nah.
Anything else you want to add?
Nope.
Right.
I'm just glad it's very light and people are not taking it personal, or there's just not any bitterness going on. So that's, I think, what I like the most.
Awesome.
Yeah.